All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In this one, we're talking about and installing this hood solar panel by Sun Solar. Real quick disclosure and full disclosure, they sent this out to me. It was free of charge. I don't have to send anything back to them after the review. I'm not being paid any money by them. It's just the free products, as well as some additional accessories that I requested. But yeah, these are my own thoughts. This panel is my panel to use, to install. They did send me kind of an outline of what they wanted me to hit on, so I'm gonna kind of stick to that, but also this is my channel. Before we jump in, I'd love to thank some supporters of the channel. DK Mags, if you're Minnesota local, you're gonna wanna stick around for this one. Even if not, you're gonna wanna buy online from them because they're awesome. They sell guns, knives, accessories, holsters, ammunition, parts, NFA items, everything you could ever want. Being a gun guy, they're online, they ship, they transfer to FFLs. If you're a Minnesota local, head in store, tell them I sent you. They're gonna give you 5% off most ammunition and accessories, as well as 2.5% off most firearms. Some exclusions apply, but they'll take good care of you. Obviously, it's already been installed, but we're gonna go over that process here very shortly. I reached out to them. I thought this would be a great product to get. Ironically, I did end up repainting my entire hood because there was a lot of sun fading, kind of that clear coat fade on there. I tried to match the color, and I thought I did per the VIN sticker on the truck, but it does look a bit different. So I was like, okay, what could I throw on the hood visually to kind of offset or remedy that slight difference? And I thought, oh, you know, a solar panel, that'd be great, that'd be awesome. And Sun agreed to send it out to me. So before we dive too deeply into it, let's go over the installation process here. We gotta get the hood clean, gotta get the car clean. So we're just gonna blast it down, spray it down, wipe her off to start with a good clean surface so that we can ensure that adhesion with the vinyl and the solar panel is gonna be at its best. All right, now that the car is clean, we can install the vinyl decal. This thing came really rolled up in a small box, so you wanna make sure you can let it rest on a flat surface for between 10 and 15 minutes before you install, otherwise it will kind of misbehave when you try to get on the hood. I'm gonna set it down here, it's kind of hard to handle. Fill this up with some soapy water, spray it on the hood so that it doesn't immediately stick to the hood's surface. Things to keep in mind for installation, they say don't do this in broad daylight, in the direct sun. I guess I'm doing that. They also say don't do it below like 50 degrees Fahrenheit in cooler temps, so I'm just gonna take the route that I'm gonna take. So we're gonna fill this up with soapy water, spray down the hood, take the decal off. It's not exactly a decal, it's not like a decorative thing. Piece of vinyl that you stick on so that when you put the solar panel on, if you ever want to take it off, the adhesive's not going to rip your paint off, so it's going to protect your hood if you don't want this to be a permanent thing. And solar panels degrade over time, so if you end up wanting to replace it or switch out, stuff like that. They say use a squeegee. I don't know what I'm going to use for a squeegee. I don't have a squeegee. I don't know. Shall we give it a shot here? But what could go wrong, eh? Take the white backing off. Bada bing. Oh, it just stuck to itself. Oh, I'm DOA, dude. What the fuck? Dude, I swear to God. Oh my God, I swear to. Oh my God. Wow, that went really good. All right, so I don't have a squeegee with foam, but I do have a spatula and a wet microfiber rag, and this is working great to get the water out from underneath. You do want to start kind of from the center, work your way out to the edges. You want to get all the excess bubbles, which is basically water. Actually really satisfying, you know, getting that water out. Sometimes it pops out like a zit. Now, I don't know how perfect. I'm gonna try and get this as good as I can get, huh? All right, so the decal actually wasn't that bad. Don't do it with wind. Don't do it in direct sunlight, don't do it too cold, all those kind of stuff. I'm gonna run inside, it's my anniversary dinner night, and I don't wanna get yelled at. So I'm gonna let this dry and finish adhering to the hood properly. And they do recommend that you wait 48 hours between when you install the decal and the solar panel. So we're gonna wait a couple days, and then we'll get cracking here. All right, so we got the solar panel right here. Oh! This thing is pretty well built. Really overall impressed with the design, how lightweight it is. And it looks like it can withstand some weathering, some punishment from the outdoors. What we're gonna do here is part of my trashy workstation, because we're on trash cans. I hate myself. Just gonna wipe this down because it's gotten dusty over time. It's been sitting in the garage for about a week because the vinyl decal had to ship separately. We're gonna spray this down with aircraft stripper, and we're gonna start lining this baby up with some double-sided tape to get it installed onto the decal. I'm not gonna use aircraft stripper. That stuff looks like goopy toothpaste. It's very thick. Lacquer thinner here seems to be straight up liquid, so this looks like it's rubbing alcohol adjacent. I'm gonna wipe down these edges because I know for sure we're putting tape there. Okay, let that dry. It has medium fast evaporation, and this rag was a little wet anyways, so I'm gonna try and get this tape as close to the edge as possible. Not perfect, but doesn't really have to be. That's fine. So I'm gonna go boom. I don't know. And last but not least, final package arrived. I apologize I didn't really do an unboxing of the first two items. They come in as minimal of boxes as possible while protecting them. They're protective enough, but not being like Amazon Prime where they send you this size item in a box that's like as big as my fridge. The only thing to worry about is when you're cutting it, when you're opening the package, make sure to use a box cutter or just be very careful because you don't want to cut or slice anything on the vinyl decal or on the actual solar panel itself. Here, what we've got here are some accessories. This is the solar controller. This can come with the panel. I'd recommend getting it. It just optimizes making the solar panel a bit more efficient than if you were just to kind of raw dog it to your battery. This right here is a power station adapter cable. Dang, that's pretty awesome. So these hook up to the solar panel, and any four of these inputs can plug into a power station. While we're unboxing here, I'll talk about the setup and the plan. I'm gonna run the solar controller to the panel, obviously, run the solar controller also to the my house battery. Oh, that's hilarious. It does come with the 3M double-sided tape. It's just with the solar controller. If I would have waited a day, I would have gotten the tape and all would have been fine. This guy's kind of cute. It's Bluetooth controllable. Maybe you can just monitor kind of how efficient your panel's being. So it's a smart controller, pretty small. Last but not least, these are some splitters. So these will allow me to take one male, one female, turn it into two effectively. Then I can run two solar panels because I have a fold-up panel, 100-watt panel, as well as the panel on the roof or on the hood. I can run two solar panels into this power adapter for the power station and charge my power station up with effectively up to 200 watts of solar power. So that will be quick and easy way to top off my fridge battery, diesel heater battery, all that kind of stuff. Really excited about that. This will probably go in my drawers and just live there for when I need them. So let's get the solar controller installed, wired up, all that fun stuff. It does not come with screws to drill into the firewall or anything, so I'm going to have to figure out where and how to mount this baby up. And then I'm pretty sure the cable is going to get pretty dang scrunched up when the hood's closed. So that's not ideal. I mean, that's getting pretty dang pinched. So I might have to run this cable, stay up, run this cable all the way over here. That's certainly not the prettiest. I don't love that I have to bring the cable all the way over there. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to bring this, tuck this up in these zip tie cable hider things that it actually comes with, which is very appreciated. I'm gonna stick these on and then put some zip ties up to effectively hide, not hide, but manage this unfortunate cable situation. Some of you guys might have a vehicle that when you close the hood, there's some room back here to run the cable straight back. Mine, it just really pinches a lot. So that will not be an option. Maybe in the future I can get creative and find a way. I could drill a hole in the actual hood, but I don't really want to do that right now. So maybe if I get real sick of looking at this cable one day in the future, I'm trying to put as many of these cable managing zip tie things on the vinyl decal so that when if they come off, if I want to remove them, it won't take the paint off with it. But with this guy, I think it's gonna have to go directly on the paint. So whatever. Might need to use a drill bit here to get me started, but I'm gonna keep trying a couple more times. All right, drill bit it is. All right, so these aren't self-tappers, but you probably should use those. These are just like wood screws. So I'm gonna use what I got. I'm gonna mount this with the lights and these wires facing upwards. That way I can see the indicator lights, see the status of the panel and the solar controller. Basically, it's what the text is upside down. So we got a little pilot hole started. Now I'm gonna start this screw. I'm not going all the way yet. Get that started in there. I like this spot because the weight is supported underneath itself. These wood screws won't work because there's not threads at the top. All right, I found 2 different screws lying around. They're shorter and they have threads all the way. You might be able to see that, maybe not. Cool, that's on pretty good. Rinse and repeat, pilot hole. Oh, nice, I broke the drill bit off. Now we'll get this last screw on. And that's good to go. Good to go, ski. Next, we're gonna connect the solar panel to the solar controller. There's only one way to plug them in, male to female, female to male. And yeah, we'll let that hang out here. Next, we're gonna turn our attention to the battery cable. Panel should be charging up my house battery. Last but not least, we're gonna take some more zip ties and clean up this mess we've made in the engine bay. I'm just gonna affix these 2 extra danglers to the other cable that I've already routed in different areas. That was scary. Just dropped my AirPod down into the engine bay and luckily it spat out on the other side. Boom, all right guys, just like that, it's installed. Really round trip, it probably would take you a couple hours tops. If you have someone to help you out, great, that would make it a lot easier. Now I would love to talk about like why I decided to get this and the application for it. Obviously we kind of alluded to it in the unboxing of the accessories, but this is ultimately going to be, I guess, primarily a insurance policy. Here in Minnesota, it gets very cold. Obviously, cold temps, really, really low, like sub-zero is not great for a vehicle's battery. Last year with this truck, I got stranded out in the Trader Joe's parking lot because my battery died and my portable jumper, the battery pack jumper, didn't have enough output to get the battery to jump for some reason. And so this solar panel hooked up to the battery, even if it dies, sure, I might have to wait for a little bit for the sun to do its magic, kind of the top off boost that it needs for it to start up. But this will just ensure that it stays topped off unless we have a stint of complete pitch black. It should be able to keep up with the battery over time. Effectively, this can also extend the amount of time that the battery its life is good for. We probably don't want to push that window out too far anyways, but just something to be noted. Especially since I have lights, I have heated seats that I've wired to the battery as well, or I guess to a switch panel. But most of the lights, I have a winch. I'm gonna be able to run these accessories reliably for extended periods of time without having to worry as much about my car starting up in the morning on a trip or something like that. So it'll be nice to be able to light up a scene at camp, have the scene lights going just on battery power for a little bit. I'm not gonna push it too far. Knowing that I have some kind of security measure in place. Additionally, with those like 2 male to female extender adapter plugs, I could wire up my fold out 100-watt panel if the battery's dead, and I could kind of have 2 panels charging up my house battery at the same time to speed that process up. The same philosophy, the same mindset goes for my power station. Right now I have an EcoFlow River 2 Pro. I do want to extend that capability and get a bigger battery station in the future, something in the 2,000 plus watt hour range. So obviously solar panels, it's going to take a long time to charge those up. So having 2 panels, this 90-watt panel from LensSun should be able to kind of top off that battery a lot quicker, obviously twice as fast, than just running 1 panel. Really excited for the versatility of this, being able to have a practical daily application as well as when we go out, hit the trails, hit a camping trip, I can power a station as well. That's going to be really nice. So yeah, really stoked about this. Thank Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about it, leave them in the section below. Any questions about the installation? I might do a long-term review on this panel to see how it holds up over time, but there might not be a follow-up video here. So thank you again to Lensun for sending this out, and yeah, we appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.